Comb my hair with me to break up with my boyfriend. So yesterday I was over at his house and so I went on his phone to add my friend on Snap because I didn't have my phone. We have a rule in our relationship where you can have girlfriends but you can't make any new girlfriends, and I had just picked him up from a party and I see a video from this girl. And so I opened the video and it's just like her like doing a peace sign with fireworks in the background. And I knew that like he didn't like her or anything. I went through their saved in chats, which I'm allowed to go through his phone, but he's always said I can't go through his camera roll. And I went through his saved in chats with this one girl and I saw a video of him vaping, which he told me he quit. That's a rule for me, like I'm not gonna be with someone that vapes or smokes or like does that type of stuff. So this may have been wrong of me to do, but since I was like, okay, he's already lying to me about stuff, like I need to go through his phone. So I do end up going through his camera roll and I'm scrolling and I see a picture of him laying down with two girls laying down on each side of his stomach, like right here, and him going like this. So I'm completely sober, but I wake him up and I'm like, you need to wake up and you need to sober up. So I'm giving him bread, I'm giving him water, and then I'm letting him sober up. But then I start crying, and so he's like, did I do something? And I was like, yeah, you did. But since I was crying, I like didn't want to talk about it till I was done. So he like was freaking out. So that day that he had that picture with those two girls, I knew that he was with two of these friends, and I'm not gonna say their names, but I was like, what did you do at that friend's house with those two girls? And he was like, what do you mean I didn't do anything? Like, I told you I went to the car when they got there. And I was like, okay, so we're lying. And I was like, did you touch them? And he was like, I dabbed them up, so yeah, I touched them. Don't mind the baby crying. But then I was like, so you didn't do more than dab them up? You didn't touch them any more than that? And he was like, no, I didn't. And I was like, do you promise? He was like, Emma, I swear, like, what's going on? And so I gave him a chance to be honest, and since he wasn't, I got so upset. And so before I gave him his phone back, I had sent the photo to me on Snap, and so I was like, hey, can you open like me on Snap and text my phone? And he was like, sure, what do you want me to say? And so he went to the thing and he saw the picture. He was like, are you talking about this picture? And then he starts lying more and he was like, I sent that picture to you because I wanted to be honest with you. And I was like, I sent that picture to myself. Like, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, well, I don't know. And then he starts crying, like begging me not to leave, saying that like he needs me and I'm the only one that he loves. Just so much bull. Keep in mind, guys, this is like the only guy I've ever loved, so it's like kind of hard to like end things. And so he was like, Emma, I will do anything for you to stay with me. I won't go out for the rest of the summer. I won't ever hang out with those two guys again, which one of them is his like bestest friend ever. He's like, I'm willing to ruin my relationship with my best friend for you. So he's telling me how he's willing to do like anything to have me not break up with him. And again, since like I really like him, I set a bunch of rules, like how I need his Snap password and he can't hang out with those two friends anymore, and that he like can't go out at night unless it's with a friend that I trust, and just a bunch of rules. And it sounds kind of controlling, but he did cheat, so I feel like it's fair. So of course I was still like really sad, but I set a bunch of rules and I was like, you have to do all this. And he was like, okay, like I'm completely fine with it. And so we were fine. And then today I was very upset about it again, and I saw that he had deleted the photo that I sent to myself. So this morning I was like, send that photo to me. And he was like, no, like it doesn't matter, like you're acting like I like hooked up with them. Which like, he said that he just took that photo because they like asked him to flick up and he was just like whatever, like he was drunk, but that's not an excuse. So I was still like upset with him this morning, but then now he's like upset with me, and I'm like, what did I do? Like, I didn't do anything wrong, because he left me unopened. Like, with my chat, it just said me saying okay, and I was like, why are you leaving me unopened? I didn't do anything. And he was like, I don't want to have the conversation because I know how it's gonna end. And I think he means me breaking up with him. And I call him, and I'm like, tell me, like what's wrong? And he's like, I really don't want to talk about it. And I was like, we're gonna talk about it. So I told him that I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna go pick him up, and we're gonna talk about it. And so I'm like 99% sure it's gonna end up in us breaking up. But even though I'm gonna be really sad, it's okay, because I know that I deserve better, and I know that eventually I can find better, but I'm gonna focus on myself first. Okay, here's the final look. Keep in mind, this is the same guy that constantly bought me flowers, complimented me all the time, basically did whatever I said, and always tried to make me happy. So just keep in mind, don't trust guys, like, ever.